I know I told you that I was going to do a comfort shows on New Girl, and I totally will. But over the last few weeks, I have been looking and I found myself, because it was spooky season, because it was October, wanting to revisit a few different things, right? So, one of the things that I wanted to revisit was a television show that kind of fit in with the whole Halloween spooky situation. So I decided to rewatch a few episodes over the last couple weeks of The Vampire Diaries. Yes, The Vampire Diaries. I'm sorry. I love The Vampire Diaries. Okay, but anyways, guys, this is Comfort Shows, brought to you by the Officially Unofficial Geek channel. My name is Carrie Quinn. I am the OUG, and I am here to tell you about comfort shows. Comfort shows, let me give you, if you're new to the channel, let me give you a little background while you go and you hit that like and you hit that subscribe button, because I am hoping you do that. It's a little early in the video to be asking people to like the video. Maybe they won't like the video. And then they have to take back their like. They have to take back their subscription. Now, guys, do what feels right to you. If it feels right to like and subscribe to this video right away, then do it. I am not going to criticize you either way. But if you want to wait until the end of the video, that's fine too. Right. If you're new here, this is Comfort Shows. My name is Carrie Quinn, and here on Comfort Shows, we talk about the shows that we rewatch over and over again because, well, sometimes it's easier to watch something that's comfortable than watching something new. We watch things that are comfortable and we watch things over again because it helps us deal with the anxiety surrounding us and the world. That's why it's called Comfort Shows. Pretty simple. And in the past, we've talked about certain things like genres of show, which would be I did a video on the genre of shows, true crime documentaries, which catapulted me into doing one of my other shows here on the channel, the Super Geek Documentary Hour. We'll have more of those obviously coming up. But I've done like genres of shows. I've done Portlandia. I've done Gilmore Girls. See here, I've done another one. I believe I've done another one. Pretty sure I've done Gilmore Girls, Portlandia, the true crime documentaries. So right, we are now. You know what? I got confused because I said I was going to do New Girl, but I haven't done it yet, and I'm totally going to do that. Might film that real quick after this. So if you see the next Comfort Shows video and I'm wearing the same makeup, hat, and t-shirt, well, that is why. Okay, that is why. I did them on the same day. Okay. Anyways, this one is coming out first. Anyways, so I knew I said I was going to do a New Girl one, but it was in the middle of October now at time of filming. It's November 3rd. But I decided that while I was sitting around and I was knitting. Yes, I'm about ready to show you proof that I was knitting. I made this while watching Vampire Diaries because sometimes I make things and I watch things at the same time. It works out pretty well that way. All right. So, Vampire Diaries is a show that came out a number of years ago on the CW network channel. The premise is that it's an adaptation based off of a book series by the same name, The Vampire Diaries, is starring Nina Dobrev as Elena Gilbert, Paul Wesley as Stefan Salvatore, and also we have the wonderful Ian Somerhalder as I almost said Stefan Salvatore again. Damon Salvatore. Damon and Stefan Salvatore are brothers. They're also vampires, hence the Vampire Diaries. They are rival vampires, rival brothers. And throughout the course of the first couple seasons of the Vampire Diaries, you find out what is at the core of their rivalry. Um, it's usually a big old competition. And it's sibling rivalry that has spanned literally not just decades, but centuries, so to speak. Um, these two men were made vampires in the American South during the Civil War, right at the tail end, apparently, at the Civil War, and now they have been existing ever since. Enter Elena Gilbert. Elena Gilbert is an American Southern teenager from Falls, Virginia. Is it West Virginia or Virginia? It's a Virginia. It's a Virginia. Okay. So Mystic Falls, and she is your regular, you know, teenage girl that is mourning the death of both of her parents from a car accident that she was also a part of, but is the only survivor. So you got a big old heaping help, um, big old heaping helping of survivor's guilt, and also just the idea that she is mourning her parents. Um, she is raised by her aunt at this time, who is now her guardian. Alongside of her, you have her brother, very troubled young man, and he's got his own issues, and he's also very much a part of the series. Elena is just your, regular, typical American teenage girl who is dealing with survivor guilt, like I said, and is also dealing with the aftermath of just plain old losing her parents. Survivor guilt notwithstanding. Um, so, survivor guilt notwithstanding, here she is. Now, she writes in a diary. And also, guess who else writes in a diary and has several volumes because he's been alive for a really long time? Stefan. So, hence the name of the Vampire Diaries. Which, to be completely honest with you, all of that aside, the Vampire Diaries being as much of a comfort show as it is for me, it's really funny because, like, after like the first like season, you really don't see you see the presence of the diaries. They are referred to, but after like the first season you really don't see him writing in his diaries at all. So sure, they're ever present because they're always there in his room, in his home. But I guess the title just stuck. I know that there's a book series based off of the. There's a book series that the series on TV was based off of. Might be interesting to go check that out to see if it is designed more like diary entries. Though I don't know. I've heard that Basically, what I've heard about it is that the book series is not as good as the TV series. But you know what? Maybe I should go ahead and pick up one and give it a go and see what I think of it personally, um, and then report back. But until that happens, you know, we'll just keep it going. That I've heard that I wouldn't like them, so we'll go with that. All right. So, you have Elena. She's a regular teenage girl dealing with survivor guilt. And you have all of her cast of characters, all of her friends, Bonnie, and Caroline, and her ex boyfriend, now friend Matt. They have all of their things, going on, and it's an ensemble cast, y'all. It really is. Um, so you come to the beginning of the school year. She's coming back to school after having dealt with the entire summer of dealing with her survivor guilt and all that, and in the aftermath of her parents dying. Um, she then meets a mysterious, brooding young man, very attractive man, in the form of Stefan Salvatore, the new boy at school that year. And she's instantly taken with him, thinks he's very attractive, which he is. And Stefan Salvatore has this whole, like brooding James Dean mood, kind of thing going on. And so when she first encounters him at school, she doesn't realize this, but this was all by design. That design being Stefan Salvatore had seen her and decided he had to know her. Now, what you eventually find out is that there was a mysterious way that Elena survived the car crash that killed her parents. The car crashed into a river, and when she came to, she was on the banks of the river without any recognition or remembrance of how she ended up there. And what you end up finding out in that first season is Stefan had something to do with it. Um, so in that moment, he sees her, and I won't tell you exactly everything that has to do with that moment, just in case you want to go ahead and you want to watch it for yourself. But Stefan, in that moment, sees her and decides that he has to know her. Now, the reason Stefan probably has to know her is because of her uncanny resemblance to a former love of his named Catherine. Catherine is a vampire. Catherine is believed to be trapped in a vault underneath the town of Mystic Falls in a cave. Yeah, let's just lay that out to you. She is believed to be trapped. Um, and Elena has an uncanny resemblance to Catherine. Eventually, when Catherine does get introduced into the show officially, Catherine is also played by Nina, and expertly done as well. Or at least I consider it well. I liked it. Okay, obviously I'm talking about it. It's a comfort show, guys. You know I liked it. Okay. So I'm just giving you a lowdown right now. So not only does Elena bear a striking resemblance to Catherine, um, as far as Stefan is concerned, in enters Damon Salvatore. I'm going to pause for anyone that has watched the Vampire Diaries at any length for me to, in fact, you know what? I need to give it a little bit more pomp and circumstance for the man of the hour, Damon motherfucking Salvatore. Damon motherfucking Salvatore. Pause for you to cheer, applaud, stand at attention, raise your glass to drink to the man of the hour, Damon motherfucking Salvatore. Bad boy extraordinaire. So bad you hate to love him, but you love to hate him. Hate to love him, love to hate him. Damon motherfucking Salvatore. With one of, I believe, one of the greatest character arcs over the entire series run of the Vampire Diaries. He is the price of admission. He is the thing you come to see. Okay? Let me just be upfront with you all right now. Damon Salvatore is the thing you show up for with the Vampire Diaries, okay? You know what I'm saying? Damon Salvatore is the price of admission, okay? First off, both the Salvatore brothers are absolute thirst traps, eye candy extraordinaire. They are gorgeous. But then there's this certain je ne sais quoi to Damon Salvatore that really is just wonderful. Wonderful as a character. You see this blowing into the city, blowing into town, devil may care attitude, quite frankly. Okay, devil may care attitude to the max. And he has one concern, and that concern is Catherine Pierce. Just mentioned Catherine. Catherine, who is also the love of his life, and he has one goal: to release Catherine from the vault. Because he believes that if he releases Catherine from the vault, they're going to run away together and be in love for all eternity. That's why Damon is in Mystic Falls, Virginia. Extra added bonus that he gets to terrorize his brother. And as time goes on, you find out more information about how Damon and Stefan Salvatore ended up becoming vampires, and more information starts happening, starts coming in. The story keeps developing, and where Damon Salvatore might be an annoyance on most circumstances, for a lot of season one, by the end of it, he is a hero. Okay. The character arc on this man over all those seasons is really, like, I cannot stress this enough. I'm going to repeat myself. It is worth the price of admission. An amazing character arc on that character. Favorite character on the show from start to finish. You've got a lot of really great supporting characters in there, supporting slash lead characters. You've got Caroline the friend, who is neurotic but lovable. You have Bonnie, the best friend, and witch. She discovers she has supernatural powers as well, and comes from a long lineage of women in the same family line that have supernatural witch abilities. Um, and you have the, oh God, eventually, oh my God, second favorite character. Eventually near like about the, I don't know, you get a number of episodes into the first season, you meet Rick. Rick is a history teacher that comes to Mystic Falls, and Rick is, well, there's something special about Rick. Rick Saltzman. Played oh gosh, I forget the actor's name. I am so sorry. We're gonna pause that, we're gonna pick up, and I'm going to have the name to Rick Saltzman. Y'all, it's Matthew Davis. Matthew Davis is Rick Saltzman. Ulrich Saltzman. Another character you have Michael Trevino playing Tyler Lockwood. That's a good one. That's a great character arc as well. Okay. Um, Zach Rorick is Matt Donovan. I've already mentioned him. Kat Graham is Bonnie Bennett. Candace King is Caroline Forbes. To go with the rest of them. Um, let's see here, more cast number names here. Let's go with, we have Steve R. McQueen, who is Jeremy Gilbert. Jeremy is Elena's brother. You have uh, just a number of casting characters. We'll center around those for now. Um, different people that you've seen probably in different shows. All a lot of fun. Um, yeah, I'm just looking at some of the cast since it's listed here on uh, on Google right away. But show went for 8 seasons. It's classified as a drama. You can watch it on Max. Um, Max is where I primarily watch it if I'm watching it, but just give you a little bit more information about the show. Yes, the vampires do walk by day, but not naturally. Naturally, there's a big to do involving something called the Sun and Moon Curse that starts coming up in season 2, um, where it is a curse that forces vampires to only walk at night, and werewolves can only turn on the full moon. Yes, they're eventually werewolves. Thank you very much. Um, Vampires, again, do not just willy nilly walk around in the sun. They have to have protections against any harm that could be done by the sun. The way that these vampires do that in the show is they have enchanted talismans that are enchanted by witches that they know so that they can walk in daylight. So a little bit different than sparkly vampires that we get in Twilight, but still attractive vampires that can walk by day. Take that however you want to. I'm fine with it. I like taking old ideas and molding them and reshaping them as you go to add to mythology. Um, I'm fine with that. I know some people have a problem with that. I'm completely fine with altering mythology for the sake of entertainment where it makes sense. Here it makes sense in that the mythology stays the same, but there is a added variable to the situation that makes it so that the characters can walk in sunlight. Like if they did not have these talismans that have been enchanted, they would not be able to walk in sunlight. And that is a plot point at different points of the series. Um, so that being a plot point, especially even in the first season, that's a plot point in the first season is first season, second season. Like it's a plot point throughout the series that it is reiterated that the reason these vampires can walk in daylight is because of these talismans. these spelled items that they keep on their person at all times. Um, One of the things that is really cool is that it's not just vampires run amok in a city or a town. There is an opposition, most times, constantly present opposition of the council. The council happens to be townspeople, prominent townspeople that know that vampires exist. And their main goal is to stop them. Um, so that is another overall factor that occurs as well. Um, let's see here. What else can I tell you about this? They just give you, it's really interesting because it is Vampire Diaries theme. Um, it's a drama. It's a romance. It's all these things, right? But what's really interesting is it really plays on that idea of vampirism being an allegory for addiction. Um, so in that you have Stephanie Meyer's vampires in the Twilight universe, where one, they sparkle if they are hit by sun, and two, Edward um, and his family only drink animal blood because of their opinions of how it's wrong to drink human blood, um, and the way that vampires are made in Twilight um, also is affected by that as well. Then in the Vampire Diaries, um, it's the idea that the reason why Stefan makes the decision that he cannot drink human blood is because when he drinks human blood, he overindulges. A fury exists. He doesn't like who he is. He has horrible behavior when he drinks human blood. But he can, if he doesn't drink human blood, then he doesn't have those things going on. But it is also very hard for him to resist the human blood. So he will drink only animals because he is because of who he is on the regular stuff. Whereas then there's some certain characters that can indulge in the regular stuff, the regular human blood, and not have addiction issues. Um, so that's one of the things that I think is really interesting is the use of that theme of vampirism being an allegory for addiction is really interesting. A few more pieces of information about the Vampire Diaries. Um, it is 171 episodes total, and it spanned 8 seasons. It was developed by Kevin Williamson and Julie Plec. The book series of the same name is written by L.J. Smith. Let's see here. What's other piece of information I can give you? Obviously, there is some violence, there is some gore because it is a vampire series. So yes, people pop out and bite people and kill people. So it is not for people that don't like that sort of thing. Um, see here. A lot of the production locations, one of the interesting things about the production locations is that it is not centered in Hollywood. Actually, a lot of the production happens in Georgia for the show. Some of their production locations involved Atlanta, Georgia, Covington, Georgia. I'm looking at the list. Vancouver and Columbia. So yeah, why did I say that? Why did I separate the two? That of course it's British Columbia, specifically Vancouver. Um, this was put on by the CW. Um, that was the original release. So let's see here. There were two spin off series that I can tell. These were the originals, which has to do with the original vampires and the original werewolves, and also a series called Legacies. Legacies basically deals with people after that are part of that supernatural community after what takes place in the Vampire Diaries. So you've got all kinds of supernatural beings. You've got vampires, you've got werewolves, you've got witches, you've got doppelgangers, dryads. You've got all kinds of stuff, guys. All kinds of stuff going on in this series. You have vampire hunters. You have everything you could ask for, and it's a lot of fun. You've got a love story, and you've got the story of two brothers and everything they go through with each other, um, in a story that spans not just decades, not just years, not just decades, but centuries. Um, it's a very entertaining show, and I it's probably why I watch it still. Um, so I knitted the entire scarf here during the month of October while watching Vampire Diaries. So, yeah, obviously, I enjoy the series. So, if you want to check it out, it is on HBO Max. That's how I watch it. It's also on DVD. You could probably rent it, get it from your library, what have you. Shout out to libraries everywhere, because you could probably get it there. Definitely, either you could probably get it on DVD from your library, and then you don't have to worry about getting a subscription to HBO Max. Um, I'm in it. I'm watching HBO Max. I'm watching it for other reasons as well. So might as well watch Vampire Diaries if you got it. If you're like me, you got it to watch Penguin. Might as well watch Vampire Diaries. I got it for more than just Penguin. Let's be real. I got it for more than just Penguin. But yeah, since I am currently watching The Penguin, might as well watch Vampire Diaries as well. Um, anyways, guys, I think that's about it for the Vampire Diaries. I really love it. Obviously, it's one of my comfort shows. That's why I'm talking about it here. But it's a fun little, don't take yourself too seriously kind of show that kind of just sneaks the message in there for you. Um, but anyways, um, favorite standout character, I've mentioned it already. It's Damon Salvatore, played by Ian Somerhalder. Um, really have not watched a lot other than Vampire Diaries. Like I've seen like a movie or two here or there. I believe a lot of people might remember him from being on Lost. They might have seen him on any of his movies that he's done. He was in The Rules of Attraction. He was in. I'm trying to think of anything else that I can think of right now. But Damon Salvatore is my favorite character on the show, and like I said, second favorite character would probably be Rick Saltzman, um, the history teacher with a past. Um, yeah. Anyways, guys, let me know in the comments if you checked out Vampire Diaries or if you watched Vampire Diaries in the past. Let me know what you thought. Let me know what you thought of the video. Now would be another time where I could tell you guys to go like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and comment. Let me know, like I said, what you think of the Vampire Diaries. Maybe give me a suggestion of something you'd like to see me talk about, or maybe a documentary for Super Geek Documentary Hour that you would like me to check out. I'm going to do another one of those very soon. And like I said, I'm going to do a New Girl episode still. Promise. New Girl episode coming. I'm probably actually going to film it later on, not today. I know I said earlier that I'd probably film it same day as today, but I'm looking at the clock. I want to go. I want to go do stuff other than this right now. So yeah. But anyways, check out Vampire Diaries. Let me know what you think in the comments. Like, subscribe, follow me on social media. Check out the description below where a website address will be listed. A friend of mine is dealing with a really horrible cancer battle, and she can use all the help she can get. So if you are willing and or able, please run to her GoFundMe and throw whatever you can at her. That's going to be in there. That's going to be in the links of my link tree on the main channel page, until she doesn't need it, until she's better. Gotta get better, and we're gonna help her do it. Um, and if the best thing I can do is just throw it in my video descriptions or my link tree, then that's what I'm gonna do. So right on. Um, but until next time, this has been the officially unofficial geek channel, comfort shows, Vampire Diaries. So keep your eyes and ears open. If you see something, say something. And remember that the complacent never make a difference. So go out there and make a difference. Until next time, I'll be seeing ya. Bye.